All right, what is going on YouTube? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you currently. For me, it is a wonderful Thursday afternoon, one day at work, and it is the weekend for me, so I'm very happy. Partially. And no, by the way, the car being like this is not what you think, I swear. Man, I burnt my arm just now, that shit hurts. Anyways, so the car being like this is because of two reasons. And I still can't figure out which is which. So, about 3 weeks ago, I installed Texas Speed long tube headers on my car. If you haven't seen it, check it out in the previous video that I have. But that was about 3 weeks ago, yep. 2 weeks ago, as a bit of a story time here, I was done at the gym. It's about 12 o'clock, midnight. I get done at the gym, and I was hungry. I went to Jack in the Box to get some food. Obviously, the car being basically straight piped and headers very loud, so the lady in the box couldn't hear me talking. So I turned the car off, put the car in park, turned the car off, whatever. And once I did that, I placed my order and go to turn the car back on, and I hear a sound, and I'm like, what the fuck is that, right? So after I hear this, I get obviously very, very upset, and what does this button do? Oh, that zooms. What does this button do? I don't know. Anyways, I'm like, what is that? So I checked the car, hit the accessory button. Car's got power. Car's in park, good to go. Like maybe I didn't hit the brake all the way, so I pushed the brake. It depresses all the way. Hit the start button. I'm like, what the fuck? So that being said, obviously the car did not start, which is obviously a big issue because it is midnight. I am stuck in a drive-thru and there's cars behind me. So I unfortunately have to put the car in neutral, push it out into a spot. Luckily, my buddy down the street here has a jack and he lives about 30 seconds away. So I call him, he brings a jack and some tools. We get underneath the car and we find out that the bolts holding the starter had completely come off the car. Now how that happened, I don't know. And I cannot confirm how the bolts came off. And also, so there's like the starter right here, right? Here's my fist. Here's the starter. I'm gonna turn this way. So if you're looking at the starter from the passenger side, it looks like this, right? And then it has like a top supporting stud bolt up here. And that had somehow vibrated loose and the whole starter itself was wiggling maybe like a couple centimeters. It wasn't much, but it had some good wiggle to it. So somehow it had come loose. How? I don't know. The only way I can explain is that one, I had done some pulls. The headers had vibrated the bolts loose, and that was the issue. Or that's all I got. So we find a couple bolts, spare parts in the car. I think there was a bracket right here somewhere. I forget where it was. There's a wire harness that had a 10 millimeter on it. He took that off, we put the wires back on. Car started right back up, good to go. Now, fast forward a week. So last Friday, supposed to be 4 or 5 days ago, I drive to downtown Phoenix and I get done taking care of my business. And I go to leave. I drove down there about a good 30, 40-minute drive and there for a couple hours. Get to the car, go to start it, nothing. It doesn't even attempt to turn over. There's no clicking, no noise, nothing. And of course, I'm like, excuse me? Like, hello? Obviously, that being an issue, I got very upset. And because now I'm stuck in a very sketchy part of downtown Phoenix where you can literally see crackheads falling over. And my car is dead in the water. It's about 8, 9 o'clock at night. All car stores had shut down. So that was that. Now, to continue from that, I took a scissor jack, lifted the car up, went underneath. There was another bolt missing. Fuck me, right? Don't know how that happened. So the start of this point wouldn't do anything. I got a bolt, threw it on the car really quick, and didn't even attempt to turn over again. So at this point, I assumed that the starter is just fried and nothing. So I take the car. I have to leave the car there overnight because I couldn't get a tow service out there for the next 3 to 4 hours, they said, was the wait time. Mine just is a Friday night, so it was, horrible. So I have to leave the car overnight, and I finally get a tow the next day. I bring it to a Firestone where they put up on a jack. I'm like, hey, I want you guys to look at the starter, see what's going on, because I don't know. They took it off and they said, yeah, starter's fried. So I had to order a new one and get it shipped here from California, which took 3 days. So the car was gone for about 3 days. They strapped the new starter on once it arrived, and I haven't had issues since. This is day 3 of having the car back. I just lifted the car up and fingered, touched the bolts and everything. Everything was good to go. Let me get underneath real quick. So you can see here, the starter, I have it heat wrapped now. As you can clearly see, I have it heat wrapped, and those are the headers. There is but an inch, maybe a ½ inch of clearance between the headers and the starter. So I did some digging, and what I came up with was that A, the headers get so hot that it fried the starter, literally, or B, somehow those bolts that come loose, and the car for about a week was trying to start with like loose bolts and just fried the starter, period. And obviously the starter eventually burned out. If you guys know about starters, there's very sensitive components in there, magnets, not everything is clicking properly, the car will not start. So that is the situation currently. I have it jacked up because I wanted, like I said, I touched the bolts, kind of did a little bit of like wiggling a little bit, made sure everything was good. Nothing's come loose yet. Praise the God. So that's where I'm at. Oh my God, I should just put this car back down actually. Come on, bitch, give it. Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, and these headers do get very hot. Oh, I'm kind of speaking. This thing's really loud. So obviously, like I said, the headers do get very hot, and which one's better? Is that better? Fuck it, that's better. Literally just now I was touching the bolts. I actually touched the headers, so you can see that red mark there. Tore my skin up, but that's my predicament. Are the headers getting so hot? And I drove home just now, and I was not beating up with the car, normal drive mode, just chilling, doing my thing. And the headers are so overwhelmingly hot. And I don't remember the stock ones ever being like this, because I got underneath the car a couple times with those stock ones. I still have them up there, and they were not this bad. And this is insane. So I put that heat wrap on, and if you're a praying person, please pray for me, because I would hate to have to take the headers off because they're so hot that it's frying my starter. So that's where I'm at right now. So car's running, car works great. The car had the negative battery terminal off for a few days, so I'm gonna go ahead and remap my Lund tune just in case something like reset the computer. I don't know. Obviously the car didn't start, and I'm just gonna make sure, just for my own beating heart, that everything's okay. So that's where I'm at right now. The rear O2 sensors I still have are right here. These are going to be mounted. I'm going to be welding them on Sunday this week, so those will go on. I'm going to put those behind the cats because the engine does have a code currently saying that the O2 sensor is not in the car, and I think the car is running pretty rich. Actually, I know it is because, one, there's a little bit of smoke pouring out, or like gas. You can smell it. So the car is running a little lean right now. I want to get those sensors back on to help mediate that and fix that. But yeah, that's all I have. This is kind of in a process of trying to figure out, what's going on with the car, and obviously a couple of issues that I've ran into with the headers thus far. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I'm still gonna be trying to make these videos as much as possible. It's been a couple weeks since I uploaded 3, I think. That obviously being that I've had issues with the car, and it's just been an absolute travesty this entire time. So continue to follow the build. I don't know if I have anything coming soon. I might be buying some new tires because, if you can see, there's not much left. There's some good meat on there, but just not enough. Obviously, you guys know Ford has a 1-inch camber, and the inside of the tires wear super fast. So that when I got underneath the car the other day, those are pretty low. So new tires coming soon. I don't think I'm going to be going with these Mickey Thompsons again, because these, in my opinion. So I have Mickey Thompson Street Comps. I have the 19.5-inch rims, and the widest I could go was 285s. And it's just not doing it for me. Hasn't done it for me, and I break traction so easy. Even right now, 285 Mickey Thompson Street Comps, I break traction. I think I made this in the previous video, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. But better tires coming soon, hopefully. Drag pack, no, but maybe some 305s, maybe a different rim. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, that's all I have for you guys. So you guys have a good night, whatever it is for you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.